The biggest thing that I personally learned about myself is never to stop learning, never to stop growing and investing in ourselves, because every single thing is an opportunity for us to learn and grow in order for us to flourish in this life.
I learned that I was definitely thinking quite a lot about whether I could do things that are up to my own standard, and it places a lot of unnecessary pressure on myself. Through 12 weeks, I've learned that it's perfectly normal that we all don't start off perfect, and sometimes all it takes is to just go with the flow and make adjustments along the way.
A lot of my stress tends to come from wanting to be in a position where I can control anything and everything, but obviously that's not always possible. So when things didn't really go the way I planned out, I didn't really know how to handle it. However, after the #me session on what you can and can't control, it just really taught me to take the perspective of taking a step back and letting go of what I can't control, and instead just focus my time and energy on what I can. Just by allowing myself that grace, I'd say that I've become a lot better at handling unexpected circumstances.
After discussing several topics, I realized that I was fighting with every challenge I had. In other words, I was resisting my current situation instead of accepting it.
Every week we have to fill in our logbook. So I guess that is one of the most important things that I, have to keep on doing after #me. Being thankful about what you face in every day, even as small things. I think that's definitely helped me. Sometimes you do feel lonely. Sometimes you do feel energetic. So sometimes it's unbalanced. So when you feel a gratitude about yourself, you feel a lot better. And when you meet your peers every week, that's really helped you. There's no right or wrong.
Over the course, I learned a lot of things, but I feel that the biggest thing I learned about myself was that it's okay for me to think about myself, because sometimes I spend so much time making others happy and comfortable and I forget to take care of me. Being a part of something and having a real support system has really helped me throughout, and sometimes it's just okay to take a break and maybe step back from some things and focus on yourself.
I often really catastrophize things and overthink things and exaggerate it in my mind, but really taking out a single issue and being able to talk about it with others and being heard made me realize that I'm actually dealing well with a lot of stressors in life, and that I'm actually doing a good job and I don't need to be that hard on myself. I'm more resilient than I thought.
I missed some of my goals a few times, but I kept on trying again. It is remembering to try and taking that first step that starts the process of creating new habits. Self-image was also one of the exercises that I really needed to face. I needed to understand how I'm portraying myself and how others are perceiving me. Also, well-being is not just about being cheerful and a happy face every day. It's also about knowing, understanding, and acknowledging that we are low and getting back up again. So remember to always be kind to yourself and fill in your well-being tank.
I enjoy helping other people, and that was also the case last year as well when I facilitated. And I am interested in going into a career in counselling psychology, and this experience has sort of highlighted that.
I knew about this issue before about myself, but I didn't know how to get rid of it, how to solve it. During this course, I just learned that I take it really hard on myself sometimes, and taking hard on yourself leads to more anxiety and more stress, which leads to, again, lower mood and mental health. So I want to practice taking it easy on myself and loving myself and looking after myself. So far, so good. Really worked well now. I'm going to keep doing it myself during the course of my whole life.
I learned a lot of things about myself, but most importantly, I learned that I love my course. I love psychology. I love studying psychology and understanding human behavior, understanding the reasons behind action.
If you put effort into trying to improve one of the weaker areas of your character, you can overcome it. With anxiety, it can make problems feel as though they're insurmountable. And I did have reservations about facilitating the first few sessions because I was just worrying about whether I'd be outgoing enough or whether I'd be able to create a friendly atmosphere for everyone. But ultimately I found that I was able to, despite feeling anxious during it. And I noticed as the weeks went by, my anxiety was naturally reducing, and then even when it did occur, I was just more capable of regulating it. I'm just really grateful of having the opportunity to facilitate on this course, because hopefully I've done something that's helped others to improve their mental well-being. And then it's also just been a really fortunate opportunity for me to focus on my self-development.
It made me realise that sometimes the way I speak was a lot more negative, and especially at the start of the 12 week. The course and the other people in the group made me realise that I should celebrate every achievement that I've done in that day. To be at uni and to have an amazing mental well-being is, you know, hard. We all decided that actually it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to want to lay in bed, as long as you don't dwell in those emotions for too long and use the coping strategies. I find it extremely rewarding helping others, and it has just confirmed in my head that I would love a career in psychology. I absolutely recommend me as a facilitator and as an attendee. It's brilliant.
I would definitely recommend #me in order to develop your skills and knowledge and social networking.